What's up, guys, and welcome back to my next reading session. Hope you're all doing fine. And today is January 1st, so we're gonna start with the new reading year 2024. And let's move on with the Allegory of the Cave by Plato. So, then, my good friend, I said, do not use compulsion, but let early education be a sort of amusement. You will then be better able to find out the natural bent. That is a very rational notion, he said. Do you remember that the children, too, were betaken to see the battle on horseback, and then that if there were no danger, they were to be brought close up and, like young hounds, have a taste of blood given them? Yes, I remember. The same practice may be followed, I said, in all these things, labors, lessons, dangers, and he who is most at home in all of them ought to be enrolled in the select number. At what age? At the age when the necessary gymnastics are over, the period, whether of 2 or 3 years, which passes in this sort of training and useless for any other purpose, for sleep and exercise, and unpropitious to learning, and the trial of who is first in gymnastic exercises is one of the most important tests to which your youth are subjected. Certainly, he replied. After that time, those who are selected from the class of 20 years old will be promoted to higher honor, and the sciences which they learned without any order in their early education will now be brought together, and they will be able to see the natural relationship of them to one another and to true being. Yes, he said, that is the only kind of knowledge which takes lasting root. Yes, I said, and the capacity for such knowledge is the great criterion of dialectical talent. The comprehensive mind is always the dialectical. I agree with you, he said. These, I said, are the points which you must consider, and those who have most of this comprehension and who are most steadfast in their learning and in their military and other appointed duties, when they have arrived at the age of 30, have to be chosen by you out of the select class and elevated to higher honor, and you will have to prove them by the help of dialectic in order to learn which of them is able to give up the use of sight and the other senses, and in company with truth to attain absolute being. And here, my friend, great caution is required. Why great caution? Do you not remark, I said, how great is the evil which dialectic has introduced? What evil, he said? The students of the art are filled with lawlessness. Quite true, he said. Do you think that there is anything so very unnatural or inexcusable in their case, or will you make allowance for them? In what way make allowance? I want you, I said, by way of parallel, to imagine a supposititious son, who is brought up in great wealth. He is one of a great and numerous family and has many flatterers. When he grows up to manhood, he learns that his alleged are not his real parents, but who the real are, he is unable to discover. Can you guess how he will be likely to behave towards his flatterers and his supposed parents? First of all, during the period when he is ignorant of the false relation, and then again when he knows. Or shall I guess for you? If you please. Then I should say there that while he is ignorant of the truth, he will be likely to honor his father and his mother and his supposed relations more than flatterers. He will be less inclined to neglect them when in need, or to do or say anything against them, and he will be less willing to disobey them in any important matter. He will. But when he has made the discovery, I should imagine that he would diminish his honor and regard for them, and would become more devoted to the flatterers. Their influence over him would greatly increase. He would now live after their ways and openly associate with them, and unless he were of an usually good disposition, he would trouble himself no more about his supposed parents or other relations. Well, all that is very probable, but how is the imagined applicable to the disciples of philosophy in this way? You know that there are certain principles about justice and honor which were taught us in childhood, and under their parental authority we have been brought up obeying and honoring them. That is true. There are also opposite maxims and habits of pleasure which flatter and attract the soul, but do not influence those of us who have any sense of right, and they continue to obey and honor the maxims of their fathers. True. Now when a man is in this state, and the questioning spirit asks, what is fair or honorable? And he answers, as the legislator has told him. And then arguments many and diverse refute his words until he is driven into believing that nothing is honorable any more than dishonorable, or just and good any more than the reverse, and so of all the notions which he most valued. Do you think that he will still honor and obey them as before? Impossible. And when he ceases to think them honorable and natural as heretofore, and he fails to discover the true, can he be expected to pursue any life other than that which flatters his desires? He cannot. And from being a keeper of the law, he is converted into a breaker of it, unquestionably. Now all this is very natural in students of philosophy, which as I have described, and also I was just now saying, most excusable. Yes, he said, and I may add, pitiable. Therefore, that your feelings may not be moved to pity about our citizens, who are now 30 years of age, every care must be taken in introducing them to dialectic. Certainly. Alright, guys. We'll probably have one more session and finish with this book. So, thank you for joining me today and see you tomorrow. Bye.